What's going on YouTube? This is cjs064 here, and welcome to another RU battle here that I had on my channel here. If you guys are enjoying all the battles that I'm doing on this channel and everything else, please go ahead and leave a like down below, and you know, your support is always appreciated. So today we're versing against Detrich here. The actual live gameplay got corrupted, but because I saved the battle video, I'm able to show you the battle video now. RU is definitely not my strong suit. Like, I personally am making a personal plea. I'm never going to be playing RU on this channel again just because I'm that terrible at it. But as good faith for Detrich here, who is the creator of Xenos, and because I've said I'll show this video to everyone, I'll go ahead and show you guys this video. So this is a video I had against Detrich a couple of days ago. So this battle here, he starts off with the X-Cloud, I start off with the camera up. Now, when I first saw this move, I wasn't expecting any kind. I was going to just go for the yawn and kind of scare it out. I was thinking maybe a max HP camera up might be able to live a big hit from here, but it turns out I was wrong. He actually goes for the surf, and I didn't know that that was an ideal thing for a something for a X-Cloud to have. So I'm actually glad that you guys don't get to see me, because I was really frustrated at this game here. Like, I raged like crazy. So he goes for the swap. I went for the knockoff, expecting him to knock off the specs, but we do get the knockoff here, and we're going to knock off this guy's rocky helmet that he has on the on the Mola. We go for the Zen headbutt, and we try to see if we can land a flinch here, which we do in fact get the first flinch in that one. What I was trying to do was go ahead and go for another flinch and possibly scare this thing out, but he goes for the wish. Now, I didn't know, more likely he had protect, but I just wanted to scout for it because I was thinking maybe close combat might be able to kill from this range, but he does actually pack the protect. So we just kept information knowing that this was going to be the cleric of the set here, which means cleric means basically wish, protect, heal bell, all that kind of thing. That's what they are. Jake taught me that one. One of my previous opponents. So I go ahead and go for a swap, expecting another wish, and sure enough he went for it. So we brought in the Drapion. We go ahead, and what I predicted was he was going to go into either the Flygon or something else, which he does actually go for, and we go for the Toxic Spikes, so we can get one layer up, because basically I knew he wouldn't protect because it didn't have any meaning just to do the wish on that. So we got one layer of Toxic Spikes out, but because we're afraid of Earthquake, we go ahead and swap out for the Golbat, expecting an Earthquake to come about, because an Earthquake would definitely one-hit kill this Drapion. But instead he goes for the U-turn, which was a good move for his part here, and we see the life orb damage, so we take into account that that is in fact. But this is actually a really offensive team. Like, I actually do like offensive, but this was just ridiculous. He brings in his Electro, which is his Electros. Now what we do is we go ahead and go for the Toxic, so we can go ahead and set up on this Electro here. Now, I didn't know if it was going to go for a Volt Switch, but he goes for the knockoff, so that was actually unfortunate. And he actually gets the crit here on the knockoff, so that was unfortunate, but I don't think really in the long run it would have had that much of a difference, considering I go for a Roost here. So that was actually not too bad, but we're going to see that he goes for the U-turn here. Well, actually no, he gets the Thunderbolt, so that was actually pretty good that we went for the Roost, because basically it's since we've got rid of our flying capabilities, we take it like a neutral hit. So we go ahead and go for the Roost, predicting he's going to go for another Thunderbolt, but instead he goes for the U-turn here, so that basically he can try and bait us out and see what he wants to do with us. So at this point it's looking pretty bad, just because I wasn't making the read to surf. He brings out the Amoonguss. Now I knew he was going to try to go for a Spore, and he absorbs the Toxic Spike, so we go for the Super Fang to try and do half the damage to this Amoonguss. He goes ahead and goes for the Spore, and what I was going to do was keep the Golbat around as our one Pokemon that's asleep, because obviously in RU there's a sleep tier, so or sleep claws. So we go ahead and swap out the Golbat, and we bring in the Drapion once again. Sorry, we bring in the Glade, sorry. We bring in the Glade, expecting him to swap out, because we know that Amoonguss doesn't have anything that can touch a Golbat. So he brings in the Speaker Box, which is actually fantastic for us. Now we expect him to stay in here, so we go for another knockoff, but instead he goes for a swap into the Mega Love Disc, which is the Olomola. So it was unfortunate that we really could not get the the move on there. But now what I predicted was he was going to go for a Scald, so we go ahead and bring in the Gastrodon to take on the Scald. And sure enough, he does go in fact that Scald, and we do get the Storm Drain boost. Now, I kind of had a feeling he was going to swap out here, so I went for a swap back into Drapion to try and get some hits on it, but he actually swaps out into Moongus, so that makes our swap play even better for the fact that's what happened. So we go ahead, we bring in the Drapion, and the Drapier's going to probably more likely scare out this Moongus. Now, we do have the Scope Lens on here, so I was hoping we could hit a crit Night Slash on the Moongus, but he's going to triple swap now. Triple swap out into the Flygon here. So we go for the Night Slash, but unfortunately we do not get the critical hit that we were looking for here on this here. So he goes for the Earthquake. We were supposed to swap out for Golbat, but I was predicting he would go for another U-turn, and unfortunately it just means that we just lost everything here. So unfortunately we did lose the Drapion here to something really, really stupid. So we bring back out the Glade here, and I was predicting him to go ahead and go for what is it, the U-turn, as he does, and that U-turn did a lot of damage to us, but we forgot, sorry, that it was in fact U-turn here. So he brings up the Mega Love Disc here, and we go for the close combat to try and get as much damage as possible on this Love Disc. But this Love Disc is bulky as fuck, so we really can't do anything to it. So we're going to go for another close Zen Headbutt and pray for the flinch, because really that's the only thing that could save us. But we get a crit on that Zen Headbutt, but it doesn't matter because he goes for the Wish, and more than likely he does go for the Protect, which is more likely what he plans on doing. So we've lost the Drapion there to stupidly leaving it on the Flygon. I knew I was going to go for the Earthquake, but I didn't want to. That's the thing about these prediction games. You got to just try and predict all the stupid crap that goes on with this. So we get put to sleep, which is unfortunate that we've done that. But he goes for another Wish. I'm forgetting that this Flygon that he has is almost dead. So I keep this Golbat in, and he swaps into the Flygon, and because Golbat has no offensive moves, which I think is a real big problem with this, is only has Toxic and it has Super Fang. It doesn't have actually any damaging moves. So I realise the error of my ways, and I really think that next time I'll go a Brave Bird on the Golbat, but he's going to go for the Stone Edge, and it's more likely going to kill it, which it does actually kill. So we're getting pretty owned here at this point, and this is why I'm making a solemn vow on this video right now. We are not going to do any more RU battles on this channel. I don't care if you guys beg for it, it's not going to happen. I refuse to do it. So he's going to go for a U-turn here, and more likely he's going to go back into the Amoongus, because, you know, that's pretty much what he does. And we go for Earth Power, expecting him to go into the Amoongus so we can get some damage on it, and hopefully a special defense drop, which we in fact do get. So that was actually, which we do actually get, so that wasn't too bad. But we made a read into the Spore, so I didn't want to have Gastrodon be put to sleep with the Amoongus around. So I'll make a swap here, go for Glade, just because I didn't want the Gastrodon to be asleep, because that would have been a huge problem. We bring in the Glade here. He does in fact go for the Spore and puts our Glade to sleep. So we get we do get put to sleep for one turn. Now, again, another surprise move from Detrich over here that he does. He actually goes for a Foul Play onto our Glade, which surprised the hell out of me. Foul Play on the Moongus, I didn't even think I got access to it, but you know, it's just crazy. So because we're justified, we do get the justified boost from it, and hopefully we do wake up, which we do. We do wake up on the next turn, we go for the Zeta Headbutt, and we save ourselves from a crushing 6-0 loss. So that was actually really good for us. The only problem is now, because we are a defensive Glade, we're obviously not going to be outspeeding this Flygon. The Flygon's going to have a U-turn, and it's going to kill our Glade here. So unfortunately this is going to be the 4th loss in a row, and we're really in a dry spell here. I think it's just because I'm so unfamiliar with RU. I have practiced a bit with Pokemon Showdown, and I've got a few wins here and there, so I just don't understand why playing on here is any different. I mean, it is different. Like, I know that playing on Pokemon Showdown is very different to playing on Wi-Fi, because there are more factors you have to take into account when it comes to battling. So this boom bursting choice specs guy here is XPlayer is just going to take the win from here. So unfortunately, we do get a the fourth loss. So we go straight losses in RU. We go for the citrus berry and everything else, but I went for the Carmine just because I really had no hope here. Like even a crit hit Moon Blast would not kill this XPlayer. So I was just pretty much over it. Like I was just frustrated at this point. I was swearing left and right, which I'm glad you guys didn't have to see. I mean, although some of you might actually like to see that, I didn't want to show you guys this video. But out of respect for the Creator of Xenos and everything else, I decided to show you this video anyway. So, very disappointing to say the least, but I just don't think RU is my format. I prefer AU mixed, where I'm more well versed in it, and UU is a hit and miss. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to check out Detrich and all the other opponents I have on my battle channel, go ahead and leave a like down below and subscribe. Check out the Xenos Facebook group because that's where all the action is happening. Go ahead and challenge the league. Follow me at cjs064 Facebook group so that when I post out new videos, you guys can go ahead and see that. And follow me at Twitter at Sharpino1990. So until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Have a great night. Whoever's watching this, wherever you're watching this, this is cjs064 over and out. And as always, I'll see you next time.